Awesome guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be teaching you how to do some squats, basic form, how to maybe add a few plates here and there, get the rep scheme right, speed. So watch and enjoy, and if you guys like it, please like and subscribe. What's going on guys? Today we're going to be talking about squats. It's arguably the best movement for building overall mass or strength in your legs, and that's because it's such a great compound movement. But before you actually get into the warm-up, you want to get your entire body warm. So maybe do 5 minutes on a treadmill or a rower or even the elliptical machine, just to get the blood pumping and get a little bit of a sweat. Then we want to actually warm up the body parts that we're going to be using. And the way you're going to be doing this is by performing normal straight squats. As you can see, I'm doing a little bit of a double squat at the bottom. That's just to get a little bit extra glute activation, but that's completely up to you. You want to aim for about 15 reps on your warm-up, but remember you don't want to go too fast and you don't want to lose your form completely, because then you're going to end up injuring yourself, which is actually the opposite of what we're trying to do. So I don't personally stretch before squatting, but this is completely up to you. If you have any past injuries or you feel like you need it, then go for it. It's definitely not going to do any harm, and it may actually even increase your squatting performance, but also make sure that you stretching safely. The next thing we're going to be talking about is positioning. Now the first thing you guys are going to notice is that my feet are perfectly in line, so my one foot is not in front of the other. The next thing, when you guys set up, you want to make sure that you're pushing your toes out like that. So you don't want your toes perfectly straight, they need to be slightly out. Your heels need to be about shoulder width apart, not wider and not narrow, and this is important because it's going to allow you to push through your heels. Now the next important thing is the positioning of your hands. Now most people would walk up to the bar and approach it like that. That is way too narrow. The other thing you can do is put your thumbs out and do about thumb width, but personally I like to put my hands on the end of the grooves. This is the most comfortable overall. So yeah, you guys can see me just generally setting up. So my hands, I start off there to show you. I'm now doing the thumb, and then the one that I actually use is my pinkies on the grids. And that's how you position, guys. Alright, now time for the actual movement. Now when I come down, you guys can see that I actually push my knees out like that. So when you're doing this, you don't want to bring your knees forward and you don't want to bring them straight down. You want to actually push them out, and this is so that you can get more glute activation and you can actually get more depth. So you can see when I come down, I actually bring my ass below 90 degrees, and this is going to be more time under tension, which is overall better for the gains. Now I've slowed this down so you guys can see that when I'm performing the movement, I try and keep my chest as out as possible and my back as straight as possible. This is so that the weight is not resting completely on the lower back, so that there's not as high a chance of injury. It's also engaging more core, so more muscles are working, so overall it's just going to make the movement a lot better. Now here I've brought it back up to normal speed, so you can see the pace at which I'm doing it. I'm not rushing the reps, not doing half reps. I'm keeping it slow and controlled with a consistent speed, and this is how you want to be doing every rep. Alright guys, there's one more thing I want to talk about, and that's because I don't see any other YouTubers talking about it, and it's actually the shoes that you wear. A lot of people think that they can just come and do squats with their favorite shoes, but what they don't realize is that certain shoes were made for certain things, like running shoes. They actually have a higher heel and a bend in the toes, and this is to give you that perfect arch that you need for running. But when you're doing squats, you're putting all that weight on your feet. So if you're wearing these type of shoes, you're actually going to damage those little bones in your feet, and there's scientific studies to prove this. So you want to make sure that you're wearing a flat shoe or no shoes at all. I can't tell you the name of the shoes that I'm wearing, but I know that they're part of the Adidas training range, so they're very flat. Also guys, you don't want to go for weight on squats. It's very easy to put on plates and cut the reps, make them half reps, lose form. It's very easy to do that. But remember, better form with controlled weight is going to actually give you better results. Now I know that this was a bit of a boring video, very introductory and a lot of me just talking. There are big things to come, so please hit that subscribe button and please share with your friends. let's try and grow the family so that we can help more people.